In just a short time, the number of unemployed people in Nagykanizsa has doubled. It's now reached over 16%. And value-added sales tax has been raised to 25%. That's one of the highest rates in Europe. Everyone is feeling the pinch.
Taxes are always being raised, and at the same time, social spending is being cut. I'm happy to pay taxes, but there's nothing left over to pay taxes with.
The Hungarian government is always introducing changes, but the benefits aren't apparent in my life. There's no improvement. That's one big lie. Everything is actually getting worse.
Public anger is directed primarily against the Prime Minister, Gordon Bajnai. In a bid to boost the national budget, he raised the age of retirement and did away with vacation bonuses for public sector workers. Those decisions have made him unpopular, but he says he's steered Hungary away from the brink.
Now, as a result of the reforms that we have introduced, Hungary now has the fifth lowest budget deficit in Europe, with a 3.8% target for this year, as agreed by the European Commission and the IMF. That means that Hungary is now seen as a relatively safe haven in a very stormy European economy.
Budget cuts were necessary in Hungary. In the fall of 2008, the country was teetering on the brink of bankruptcy. It was saved thanks to billions of euros in loans from the EU and the IMF. One condition was that Hungary sharply cut its government spending. Back in Nagykanizsa, the city in the southwest of the country used to be an economic showcase, but it was hammered by the international economic crisis. This auto parts maker had to lay off 2,700 people. In order to attract investors to Hungary, Prime Minister Bajnai has relieved the financial burden on businesses. In the past, companies had to pay high non-wage costs, such as pension and unemployment insurance. These contributions have now been considerably reduced. Ideally, this should help secure jobs.
The
million-dollar question is, how can we create jobs? We need more jobs so people can consume more, pay taxes. New jobs are what will save us.
And this is where the new jobs are being created. The mayor is busy banging the drum for the city's industrial zone, located close to the freeway. The mayor's campaign has gone as far afield as China and Korea to attract investors with low-cost space. But things still could be better.
We have great potential for investors, but if we're going to attract them, the tax system needs to be completely reformed. It's too complicated and too vast.
The Hungarian parliament is pushing for a number of reforms, but the future is uncertain. An election is to be held in April. Incumbent Prime Minister Gordon Bajnai will not be running. He might have pulled the country back from the brink, but his popularity is at rock bottom.